Sorry about that.
We advertised that we would be on at 7:30. It's 7:38, but that's because we're doing things live because we think you are so important.
Absolutely. And so we are on Instagram and on YouTube live right now.
I think we need to confess something, don't we?
It's hotter than the sun in here.
It's so hot in here, and earlier this afternoon we were contemplating having a little bit of a sickie tonight.
We were,
and
to
not
be honest.
doing this, but we pulled through.
Oh,
we pulled our
man.
emotions around and said,
We did.
the hundreds that will join this live stream tonight, you are worth it. So Lifehouse Church, if you join in, visitors, people around Chesterfield, Derbyshire, the UK, and our worldwide audience, hopefully some of those people are joining. So people from Ireland. Lucy's on.
She is.
She lives in Ireland.
Good
currently,
to see you, everybody.
The furthest person away viewing tonight.
We were so close to just taking the night off. It is so hot. It is literally hotter than the sun. We have got like a fan blowing on us. Paul sat down in his chair and he was like, this is not going to be good tonight.
What I don't get about this auditorium that we do church, well, we used to do church in this auditorium.
Used to.
Years ago, this church building was used for church services, but now it's just a production studio at present. True
for
story.
now, just for now.
True story. But one thing I don't get about it, in winter it's freezing.
It is absolutely freezing in here in winter.
With all the heating on.
And you would think with it
summer,
being an old building that it would stay cool. But it doesn't. It is so hot in here.
So, which reminds me, welcome to everybody that's joining us, people just catching up on this, watching back on playback. On the news today, we've apparently had, get this, not one, not two, not three, but we've had 4 nights that they have classed as tropical evenings. We've had 4 tropical nights. In Chesterfield.
Tropical in Chesterfield. I must admit, last night did feel rather tropical. It was so hot, and those thunderstorms were something else. I don't think I've ever seen a storm like that in Chesterfield. I've seen them in other countries, like when I've been in other countries, but never in Chesterfield.
Did many people, did you just joining us we're just talking, we've had 4 nights of tropical weather in Chesterfield. Don't know about the rest of the UK, the rest of the world. I think it might have just been in Chesterfield, but did you actually wake up during the storm? I woke up, Sarah did breathe, well I
woke up, I was like, oh, yeah, it's lightning, good night.
It was literally
I was so tired.
Like a really poor disco where the light was just coming on all the time.
Now, if you'd have said it's like a disco, I might have got up to look at it a bit longer.
But it was a really bad disco.
Like, nah.
It was just constant flashing of a strobe light in the sky. So which is why you've got a little competition regarding pictures, etc.
So what we'd love you to do tonight, if you are watching us live tonight, we want you to send in your best videos or pictures of last night's storm. So what you need to do is either send it to my Instagram, which is Sarah Hollingworth78, or into Paul's Instagram. Just DM us and send in your best shots of the storm last night, video or photograph.
Video or photograph, send them in tonight before the end of this.
Yep.
So it might be that you're the only person that sends it in, and we are going to be sending literally food to your house in the next 24 hours. That's what we decided.
It's a good deal.
We've
it's
tried
a good
to
deal.
give it away for the last 2 weeks. It's not
Don't
worked.
try and pull some bogus picture.
From
I can
Tennessee.
see what Tichel is thinking. He's
From
thinking there's food involved. Let's get a picture from somewhere else
so
and send that in.
So if you took a photo last night of the storm,
I need to see that it's got the time on it and everything. Like I need to know that it's yours.
If you've got a brilliant summer picture of what your family or you've been doing in the last couple of days.
Okay, so now you're changing the rules.
No, extending the boundaries.
Yeah.
Extending the boundaries. Because we've got lots of people
But I do love what Kim said. She's put, did you sing in the middle of the storm, though?
Hey, that's
good church gag there.
Well done, Kim. You picked up on church culture. There's always a line of a song in everything that we do.
I do love that.
But so they've said that there was 4 nights. We've had 4 nights of tropical weather. So I looked at this article, obviously on the news, looking for some news items, and it said 9 ways to combat poor sleeping during tropical nights. 9 things that you should do. So I scrolled down to look at it all, and there's nothing there.
That's because there's no way of keeping cool in the middle of the night.
Well, I think there is. So I think what we should do between us,
unless you've got air conditioning.
If you're on YouTube, just drop it in the chat. Let the people know that you're watching on YouTube. Drop it in the chat, and put your comments in about this, right? So let's see if we can just come up quickly, just in the next couple of minutes, 9 things that you can do.
Actually, we did do one thing last night.
Hold on. 9 things that you can do to make your sleep easier at night time in tropical weather, okay? So there's 9 things. We need 9. So guys in the studio, they're going to help us to make sure we get the 9. So let's do the 9. What was the first one then?
So what we did was I took the quilt off and just put a sheet on the bed. I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm in bed, I cannot get to sleep unless I've actually got like some kind of cover on me, because I just feel a little bit like something's going to get me.
Good to see you, David Hyam.
Do you feel like that in the
you know, like
in the middle of the night, if you've not got a cover on you?
Well, apparently there is some
I just
science.
feel a little bit like,
I think I've learned this before. I have learned some things. I think there's some science about when your body is covered, you actually rest more when it's covered.
Is that right?
And that's why we pull covers
You
over
do
it.
this weird thing when it's hot. So Paul, I'm telling you all the secrets. We always keep it real.
Everybody's
but what
listening
Paul
now.
does, right, is in the middle of the night when it's really hot, he wraps himself up in the covers more than he does in the winter. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why you do that. So I'm trying to get the covers off you when it's hot, just to kind of cover myself, when you're like clawing at them and wrapping yourself up in them. Why do you do that?
The reason, I have no idea. I don't know.
It's just weird. You do that,
but I was
don't
awake,
you?
and then I wake up really hot and
Your mum
sweaty
didn't see a thing, look.
My mum didn't see anything. That's because she sleeps through the storm. She doesn't sink through the storms. My mum sleeps through the storms.
She's like Jesus.
Bed at 9, up at 9, 12 hours every night. Guaranteed.
Like Jesus.
So what we're saying is we need 9 things real quick. We're looking on the screen, see if anybody's putting anything on YouTube.
Lose the quilt and get a sheet.
Lose the quilt and get a sheet is number 1. Anything else? Anybody in the studio? Any ideas for keeping cool at night time when you're sleeping? Pardon?
Oh.
Okay, he's not put it up yet.
Hey, Lizzie Roberts. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So what are your top tips for keeping cool on a really hot night in the middle of the night? So if you've got aircon, obviously that's...
Aircon. We'll go with aircon. If you've got aircon, we're just saying...
So Kim says that she lays hot flannel, cold, wet flannels, not cold, hot flannels, that would be pointless. Cold, wet flannels on the kids, and it works a treat. That's a brilliant idea.
So that's 2.
And a fan.
A fan, that's 3. Aircon, 4.
4.
So we need 5 more things, ways to stay cool in tropical weather. Langy's saying, "Wow, well done, Langy." That's not helpful. So we need 5 more things, 4 more things.
So keep sending them in.
Keep sending them in, drop them in.
And we'll just keep adding to the list.
This is a fast-moving show because we started late, and we're going to keep fast-moving. And it is fast-moving. We've got loads to cover.
Open the loft hatch.
Open the loft hatch. We'll go with
Is
that.
Does that work?
That's 5.
Does
Definitely.
that work?
My son
I'm trying
has
that. We'll open the loft hatch right outside your bedroom door. I'm sure they'd love that.
Sleeps.
Drink
more
water.
clothes.
That's a good one.
Drink water. Yeah, we'll go with drink water.
That's 7.
That's
We're nearly
6.
there.
6. We need 3
Oh,
more.
I thought we were.
That's 6. 3 more. Open the
Open the
windows.
windows.
There's the obvious one.
That is such an obvious one. Thanks,
This
Titchley.
is cutting edge. We've got you 7 ways to stay cool tonight. There's 7 there, and we'll give you the 2 more in a few
I'm not even
moments.
kidding, right? Let me just give you a little insight into something that's happening right now. Right, we have forfeited, right, eating our dinner to be here with you guys. Titchley is sat with his dinner on his knee, eating a burger.
In front of us.
And I can just smell it. We've got a fan on. It's wafting towards me. Seriously, it's not good. I am so not your friend right now.
Caleb Malova, he's actually upstairs on some sort of device doing something. And
He's keeping us informed of who's watching YouTube.
It's
all good.
Hotter. It is hotter than the tropics up there in that balcony, I'll tell you. That's for sure.
So Lizzie Roberts is saying if we put a sheet on, blow the fan, and put cold flannels on, we're set for a good night's kip.
That's it. So we're coming up with ideas all the time. We'll keep
dropping them in.
Remember, if you've got a photo of the storm last night, a genuine photo of the storm last night, or a really good summer pic from the last 3 or 4 days, send those photos in to either myself on Instagram or to Sarah on Instagram. And tonight we are going to announce the winner on our Instagram post. We'll put it out there. These people will receive some sort of food voucher or food meal in the next 24 hours. Like, I don't mean cheese sandwiches. Like, we mean pizzas and things, don't we? So.
Good stuff. We only do good stuff. That's what we do. Excellence,
So
always.
one of the things we're going to do tonight, we're going to go cutting edge. We're going to see if we can do something a little bit. We're going to push the boundaries a little bit. So what we want you to do tonight, I want you to take part. This is a scientific experiment. Everybody in the studio is going to do this. Everybody at home watching this, we want you to take part in this. No matter who you are, where you're joining from, YouTube, Instagram, we want you to join in with this. What we want you to do is literally now to invite someone, text someone. Yeah?
Text someone.
So this is a phone. And what you do is you text someone and invite them to join this show. Tell them it's on YouTube. They can get it on YouTube, on the TV, on Lifehouse 12, or they can get it on Instagram at Paul Hollingworth. So it's a really simple.
Super simple.
It's a super simple. It's not a silly experiment.
No,
This is a real experiment.
there is a point to it.
With a point to what we're doing. Because what we're going to do in a couple of moments, this is not rigged. It's definitely not rigged. We've never done this before. But one of the conversations both myself and Sarah have been talking about is one of the big killers for people in life is the fear of rejection. One of the things that sometimes, we're not going to go too deep into it, one of the things that sometimes stops us from doing things that we really feel at times that we really should do is this like nagging doubt or fear of rejection of, what if we come onto Instagram Live tonight and only one person joins and nobody on YouTube? What if afterwards we leave it on Instagram and nobody views it at all? It's the fear of rejection.
It's real, yeah.
It stops you from doing things.
Absolutely.
And through lockdown, I think one of the things that has been proven is that when we can overcome fear, we can actually achieve far more together as a community, as a nation. Sarah's got some. Why don't you tell them, in fact, the fear of rejection and link it into the story of what we're doing with the shop at
Okay.
present?
Yeah? So for the last couple of years, some of you will already know this, but we have done a school uniform swap shop in the church. And last year we just kind of felt like it was a little bit too hidden away. It was a little bit too big almost for the church reception area. And so we said last year, let's get a shop. We were like, let's take it out of the church building and let's get a shop.
And everybody was like, yes, let's do it.
Let's do that. Be amazing. And so through everything that's happened, we kind of shied away from the let's get a shop idea. We were like, is it too difficult? You know, are people going to come? And so we were fearing a little bit of rejection. We were like, if we set up a shop and put our effort into it and get people along and, you know, to help, and then nobody turns up, like, we're going to look complete idiots.
Yep.
Like, we don't want to do that. So we were like, let's just not bother. It's a perfect excuse this year not to do that because, you know, with everything that's going on, we can just put it on hold for another year. And so we kind of like backed away from that. And then we were just really challenged and we just thought, do you know what? Maybe this year is definitely the year that we should be doing it because, you know, people are struggling and like never before, people need to have, you know, a place to get the school uniform for free. Like, we are giving school uniform away for free. And so we've opened a shop. Like,
and it's brilliant.
It's super brilliant. So it opened today, and we've had around 25, 26 people through the shop, and it's just been fantastic. Like, everybody that's been in has taken something away. We've had loads and loads of donations. I tell you what, really, there was a couple of amazing things that happened. One woman came in, and her daughter starts Brookfield School in September, and she took away a whole uniform and a whole PE kit. That lady has got to buy nothing for that little girl. And I was like, this is awesome. This is why we do what we do. And she was like, what a great idea this is. This is so brilliant. And she got some other things for another child that she's got as well. And it went away with a new coat for winter, just all kinds of things. And another amazing thing that happened today was this lady had been messaging me for a few days just asking of specific things that we need that we're short of in the shop. So I was able to let her know what we needed. And she brought in, like, honestly, so many brand new things. She brought in piles and piles of brand new in packets, school uniform, pencil cases, stationery, tights and socks and all kinds of plimsolls. She brought so much stuff.
And
honestly, it was all brand new, all had the tags
amazing.
on. It was absolutely amazing. And I just love that. Just a complete stranger, not someone that comes to church, not someone that I know, but a complete stranger that's grabbed a hold of it and has thought, what a great idea to be able to bless our community.
So what we're trying to get across to people, really, that's a great piece of news. It's better than the news articles I usually come up with. For that lady that donated all that free stuff for everybody that's back to this project so far, only on probably day 5, only open one day, but day 5 of the whole project.
Yep.
People that have helped us out with renting this brilliant property situated just across the road.
So thank you so much. It's amazing.
Just above Nonna's, a place that we've supported for years, and now we've got a little shop just above it. It's amazing.
So good.
But to all those people, thank you so much for getting on board, because what can stop us is what we're saying is the fear of rejection.
Yeah.
Like, what if this didn't happen? What if? So that's why now, in this moment, we're going to do something that we could get some serious rejection in a few moments. What we want you to do is to invite somebody to join this. It could be somebody from the community, your neighbours, your church family, anybody at all. Just say to them, hey, why don't you watch Paul and Sarah? They're on Instagram or they're on YouTube now. Show them the address, send them the link, do something. But send them a text, or literally do it. Send them a text and just see what happens. Because one of the things we want to kind of just chat around is the fact that we don't do things like that because of
fear of rejection.
Fear of rejection. So what we're going to do now is we've decided there's 2 people. We've both had a chance to go away and think of a person each that we're going to text that is not really a part of our community.
No.
Definitely not. Friendship, yes. Definitely not part of this community. Won't be expecting what we're going to do.
Nope.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to challenge Sarah, first of all, to send a message to her friend, our friend, and we're going to see if they will dial in to this particular show. Now, the problem is there is a pressure, because if they don't, it just shows they've read the message and thought, forget that, I'm not doing it. And then I'm going to follow up, because I think my random friend will come good.
Oh, I think mine will too.
I'm
sure.
I genuinely think, because we've not rigged this at all.
We've not prepped anybody. We are just literally...
Before God, we have not rigged this. We're going to send them... We've only got 20 minutes till the end of the show, so we're going to just see whose friend comes through. I think my friend, who I haven't physically spoken to, so that I'm just building mine up, I've not physically spoken to them on a phone for probably 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
But tonight... Jim will, no, he won't fix it.
No,
shouldn't say that.
Definitely not.
But tonight, with a little bit of TLC from Father God, he's going to speak to me, I reckon. And you're going to go first, though, with your friend.
Thanks.
Or should we do it at the same time? Text at the
Let's
same time?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we're going to. I've put down, hey mate, I'm keeping it simple. We're doing an Insta Live and wondered if you could join us quickly. So I'm just going to see whether or not he will get my text. Why are you copying my text?
No, I'm not.
It's simple.
I don't
you
just
just
typed it out and it's gone.
So this is simply what we're doing. We're looking to see if we can handle rejection. See what happens. Good to see Kerry. Kerry's just joined. I know there's some viewers on YouTube as well. It's good to see you guys that are joining us.
So we're talking all around the subject of rejection tonight, and so what we're doing is we're just getting people to text people and just asking them to join in the conversation. And I've just texted a friend of mine, and Paul is going to text his friend.
I'm now
and let's see what happens.
On my message, I'm putting please. I've sent him one message, and now put please, and I'm going to send please again because I really want to come through this. Rejection. Do you think you ever have been properly rejected, Sarah? Sarah?
Yes, I do. I do feel like I have.
What is it for you, from a truth point? Like, what? Tell me.
So rejection is really hard, isn't it? Like it's one of those things that none of us want to go through. None of us want to experience because it's painful. Like being rejected is painful. It's humiliating. It makes you feel uncomfortable. But I do feel like it benefits us at times. I think we learn through it. I think that as we go through that rejection and that happens to us, I think we really do learn from it.
So it looks like your friend has come good. Yeah. So this is your friend. You need to introduce her.
So, hey.
Tell her to send the request.
Hey, Robin, thank you for joining us. We are talking all about rejection tonight, and so we were doing a little bit of an experiment and seeing whether my friend or Paul's friend would respond to a message. So thank you for joining. You've made my night. Please, 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 would you just request to join?
Real quick.
We know. Don't panic. So Robin has just told me that she's from America. Robin is in America, and so it's 6 hours the other way from us, like it's earlier in the day.
6 hours behind.
Yeah. And so Robin is actually on the beach, and she's just said that she's in a bathing suit. That's fine. We just want you to be just 2 minutes, okay? Just 2 minutes. Here we go.
Let's see if this works. Modern technology. Here we go. We'll try.
Let's see if we can get it on. Hey!
Hi, guys.
There she is. Hey, Robin. So we were just talking around the whole thing about rejection, and we were like just seeing if my friend would reject my call, my message. Never.
See?
My friends are good friends.
But my friend has not replied. My friend's not replied.
Even what?
Even across the pond, over here on the beach.
She's at the beach. Look at that. She's at the beach and still answers my call. Thank you so much.
So what's happening? Are you social? Just tell us real quick. Are you social distancing? America is.
Yes, I'm very far away from the people that I love.
Yeah, right. That looks quite. So America. Just tell us what's the latest, the real truth. We only see the news truth. What's the real truth of what's happening in America at present? Regards
People
to COVID.
Are freaking out.
People
are freaking out. Yeah.
Okay. Because.
But we're not.
But you're not. Okay.
So Robin, are you with Jess there?
Yes.
Is that Jess? Hey, Jess. That's another friend as well, you see. Double whammy. I got 2 friends for the price of one there.
Guess who else is here?
Who's that? Tina's there as well. I got 3 friends for the price of one. Hey, guys. I wish I was at the beach with you.
I know.
Yeah.
Never mind. Thank you so much for joining our call tonight. And
You're welcome.
I love you guys. I'll speak to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Wow. So there you go. There's the real. That's the real stuff. There's some new people joining.
The interesting thing is that as I sent the message, I was like, oh, what if she doesn't join? I was starting to feel a little bit anxious. And actually, when she answered, I was like, oh, thank goodness. Like, what if I was the one that didn't get the friend to join? Like, I honestly felt like that, and I didn't think I would. That's really interesting, isn't it?
And I genuinely am feeling a little bit left out at the minute because
a little bit
I contacted,
awkward. I'm sorry.
I contacted, if you know him, I contacted a very good friend. Hopefully I'll get to see him in the next 2 years, but Ranjit Abraham, who is out in India. Some of you know Pastor Abraham. It's his son Ranjit. He's a brilliant musician, talented guy.
Yeah.
Got a young family. And I just thought, I wonder if he would come good for me tonight. But do I feel rejection? Yeah, it's time difference. We'll go with the time difference.
Yeah, thanks.
So I don't know if anybody's actually done this, but we wanted you guys as well to send a text to somebody just to see, because we've been chatting about it, and like we really think it is important. And if there was a church service tonight, we'd definitely talk to the whole church community about it. But rejection is something that we have to learn to deal with.
Yeah, sure. I think as well, like with the whole. This whole phone culture, like when we were teenagers, we're so old that we didn't have mobile phones. And so to contact someone, you actually had to use a landline. So you'd ring people up, and if they weren't in, the mum or dad would say they're not in, and you'd be like, okay. But actually nowadays, it's a real pressure for everybody, not just young people, but for everybody. That moment when somebody leaves you on red, It's really hard. Like, you can see that your message has been read and they don't answer you.
It is actually a terrible feeling when you know that somebody's read your message and they don't respond.
They just ignore it.
And if you're denying this now and say, oh, no, it doesn't bother me, I beg to differ.
Yeah.
I beg to believe that you're a human being.
And I think,
if you
know, like, I know,
say
like,
it doesn't bother
with
you.
like iPhones, you can turn your read receipts off so people don't know if you've read it. But with things like Snapchat, straight away you can see if somebody's read your message. And as teenagers, I think that is a massive, massive thing. You know, for people, they can see that somebody is sending streaks or sending Snapchats, but yet they've left you unread. That's even harder, because it's like they've totally ignored your message. And I just think it's a reality that we are having to live with today, that actually I think we need to address it. I think we need to learn to understand how to deal with that, how to progress, how to get on when we feel like that.
Sure. Well, it's a big part of the Christian journey, and if you're a Christian and you're watching this tonight, or you're watching it on playback, you will probably understand this message, but I think rejection is part of the journey. It's what grows you. Like the Bible speaks about, like, losing your life to gain your life. In other words, your street credibility. If you're going to follow the right path in life, you will lose some street cred.
That's right.
with people. People will walk away from you. In leading church, we'd never get too public about saying anything definitely on things like this, but there's been loads of people that we thought would be with us till the end of time, like we'd all walk through the pearly gates together. And sometimes, I suppose, I was listening to something this week. Some of you know Pastor Sophia Barrett. She shared a little bit of something for 10 minutes this week. I listened to, she calls it Weekly Wisdom.
So good.
And she was talking about holding people really, really, really lightly in your hand and letting people go at times.
And that is so important. I think sometimes we do hold on to people that actually, without being really bad, like, that are actually toxic for us. They're not toxic people, but for us they can be toxic. And actually we have to learn to let them go, because, you know, I love that scripture that says, you know, we have to protect our heart, because out of it everything flows. And that's something that I've really had to learn over the past few years, in ministry especially, that actually there are times where I have to cut off a friendship, or I have to cut off a relationship, because I have to protect my heart, because I don't want, like, bitterness to flow out of the way that I speak, because I'm feeling, you know, rejected by that person. It's hard, isn't it?
Rejection is difficult. There'll be people watching this tonight that have probably been rejected by somebody very, very close to them, like literally probably married or been in a serious relationship. Or I know very close to us, there's a scenario where literally the children have walked away from the parents. There's many, many different scenarios, and rejection is something I think we should talk about. We shouldn't almost make it out to be a bad thing. It's hard to deal with, and I think we should actually help each other on the journey, because it is key to do it.
100%.
Like, literally, not only is my message that I've sent to my friend not unread, he's not done anything with it. I think he just left his phone on the side and just thought, well, no, forget that.
And that's exactly the point, because you're sat there feeling rejection, but he's probably not even seen that message because he's busy or he's doing something with his family. And I think that's the problem with today's society, because everything is like a quick thing. We expect a quick response. We expect people to respond to us immediately, when actually we all lead such busy lives.
Where's Titchley? Just come and join me, just quick, real quick. You're going to have to, like, come around this way and just squeeze your head in just real quick. This is Titchley. He's working behind the scenes.
Eating his burger.
A talented man, eating his burger. Tell us the quote that you just said earlier regarding the barber. Can you remember?
Oh, yes.
So squeeze right in.
I was watching an Instagram story the other day about a barber, and his client was late, half an hour late, and he said that he never questions his client. He doesn't say anything bad about them till they arrive and explain themselves, because you never know what's actually happened till they tell you.
Very good. That was good.
So
Thought that was
good.
profound.
And I think it's so true. Like, we do expect a quick response, don't we? We live in a world where everything's quick. We expect, you know, fast food. We expect to be served fast in a restaurant. We expect, you know, it drives me mad. Yeah.
So it's like now, let's be real, there's some great people on here.
Yeah.
And if I say I'm disappointed with the amount of people that have been watching tonight, that literally, the value of the people watching that is
Yeah,
like,
it's not fair.
is lessened. And
But actually, we don't know what people are doing. You know, it's people are doing all kinds of things tonight. You know, who's got 45 minutes to sit and listen to us
what
talking?
we need to do is to be confident in who we are,
Yeah, 100%.
confident about what we're doing, and when we do face rejection, I think it's to
How
speak
to-
about it.
yeah.
A lot of conversation, a lot of talk about mental health. I think one of the key contributors to mental health is rejection and what it does to people. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's keep talking about this stuff. Remind people about the competition, tonight's competition.
Yeah, so tonight's competition was to send in a picture either to my Instagram DMs or to Paul's. Mine is Sarah Hollingworth78. That gives you a clue how old I am. And Paul is just obviously
42.
Paul Hollingworth. So you can send your pictures in, and tonight we will have a look through all your pictures and decide which is the best. So it's a picture of last night's storm, and also you said
A good summary picture.
summer picture that you've taken
From the last few days. Yeah.
So get your pictures sent in. We would love to do them. Don't feel rejection if yours is not the one that's picked. But we're going to give away a really good prize. We're going to give away some pizza.
Yeah, piece of, like
Over the next few days, we will
if you
make
live on
sure...
your own, it'll be brilliant because you'll get a family's
Yes.
worth of pizza. But if you're in a family, your
Get a couple of
portion will
slices.
be smaller.
But we'd love you to do that. We just want to be able to sit and look through everybody's pictures. That'd be amazing.
And thank you, guys, for joining in tonight. We'll wrap this up in like 5 or so minutes. We'll do a couple of fun bits before we close. But thank you for joining with us. It's not about the rejection game for us, but it's about helping us. It's been great to connect with you all through lockdown. We have been battling with whether we continue doing stuff. We know that we need to change and we need to come up with new ideas, fresh ideas, but we actually think there's a lot of value in connecting with the people that we've been connecting with tonight. We're going to continue doing that. Church on a Sunday is
Online
still. We're getting there. Listen, you are the limited few, so we'll tell you. I don't know if I meant to tell you, but we are going to be looking at officially opening the church in September. It's going to look way different to what it ever has done. We tried to do it a few weeks ago, probably a bit too early, but we are going to go for it in September. So we're working really hard at, well, should I say the team are working really hard.
We just say, no.
We are working
That's not
hard,
true.
but
That's
at
true.
different things. But the team are working really hard at live streaming the service, which basically means what we do in church will be streamed live into your home.
Exciting.
And, so no more recorded items, and it'll be pure live church, which is a huge learning curve for us.
It's exciting,
Thanks
but
for being on the
scary.
journey with us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been an incredible few months. When I think back to like when we first started we started Friday night conversations, and the idea of that was to stay connected to people that we have in church or our friends, just to keep our faces fresh in your mind, I guess, and just to like have you over for tea virtually.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to
You're
just
our good friends.
just chat and be
And
be
the
friends.
crazy thing is, this stays up on Instagram, it stays up on YouTube, and people can watch it for days to come.
Yeah, when we first started doing it, you couldn't save it, could you? It was just like a live, and then it disappeared after 24 hours. So thank you, Instagram, for allowing us to stay there forever.
So quickly, any questions, anything you think we should be covering, any ideas for future shows that we should be doing, anything that you think would be great for us to do, like
Just let us
drop
know.
a comment, let us know now. That would be
And
really
tonight,
helpful.
can I just say, on Instagram, I am loving all the little hearts. We're getting loads of hearts tonight.
It's probably,
That's amazing.
It's probably though,
That's
our
all
daughter,
right. That's
our
all
daughter
right.
at home
I'm not bothered. We're getting hearts. It's
that
all
doesn't
good.
want us to feel rejection. So she just keeps sending hearts. There you go.
Do you
Look,
think
she's
it
there
is?
again. Look,
There
they're
it
doing
is.
them
There
again.
it is.
If that's you, Lily, confess now. No, it's yeah, I was going to say something else. What else do you want to say, Sarah, just real quick?
I don't think I've particularly got anything else to say, Paul.
Okay. Any questions, anything like that at all, please let us know. The heart person's really going for it at present.
I'm loving it.
Really going for it. Just to say, this week is it's a good week football-wise. There's lots of football on.
You can't help yourself.
If you do enjoy
You just
football,
can't help yourself.
the new format of Europa League and Champions League being played in such close. There's not much space between the days that they play. Me and Caleb have agreed we think that is the way forward for the Europa and Champions League. I was gutted that Man United
I don't
went
really
through
care.
in the last 2 minutes, and I was gutted for Wolves that they went out last night. I managed to see probably 10 minutes of that game right at the end. But yeah, football is back on track. Chesterfield have got new owners, which means there's got to be better days ahead
Let's
for
hope so.
Chesterfield. Please, somebody put an emoji of some description to say that you're happy about that, because we can't get any worse than
No,
where the
it's
club's
true.
been.
It's bad.
I'm actually the football club chaplain, and it has been hard work these last 5 years to remain positive with so many good players that have been through such a hard time. And if any of you players, I know quite a few of you follow me on Instagram, but if you're watching this or do watch it at any point, I really want you to succeed this season. So let's keep pushing forward.
I'm all about watching the Yorkshire Farm. My Yorkshire Farm.
Oh, let's talk about Yorkshire Farm
I
for
love
2
that.
minutes.
It's like the best thing on TV ever. For
And
now.
whose idea was it to watch Yorkshire Farm?
Yours.
Thank you.
Paul doesn't watch TV. He's not a TV person, but every now and again he comes up with a perler. And we actually, as a family, love to sit and watch My Yorkshire Farm. Is it called My Yorkshire Farm?
It's called
Our Yorkshire Farm.
Our.
And if you've never seen it, it's on Channel 5.
Channel 5.
And it's amazing.
On
It's
a
just like
Tuesday
a fly
night.
on the wall documentary about this amazing family.
It sounds boring.
It's not. It's
but
actually
we-
really
what
not.
we should do is get...
Look, he's tapping me with his pen.
What we should
Susie
do-
is
what we
hitting me with
should
his
do-
pen.
which
Tell
is-
him.
What we should do is get the lady who's... So
Oh my gosh, that would be so good.
get the Yorkshire Shepherdess, right? So
Oh
she's
yes, let's all
massive,
tag her in this
a
post.
massive Instagrammer. She's married to this guy who's a farmer as well. They're both farmers. They've got 9 kids.
9 kids.
There's about 20 years difference in age between
It's
her and him.
amazing. I love it. She wears like little mini skirts and little tops
So
to do the farming.
so what
She's
we're going to do
hilarious.
is
I love
tonight,
it.
after this is finished, we're gonna send out a message to her. We're going to tag her.
Oh yes,
in a
let's do
photo.
that. We're not scared of rejection.
And we're going to ask her if she will come on to our Instagram next week.
Oh my
We're gonna
gosh,
do
I
it.
would be so excited if she did. Although
So,
I'd be a little bit nervous
Go
as well.
to your catch up and go on Channel 5, look for Our Yorkshire Farm, watch an episode. You'll see why we like
You'll
it.
like
because
it.
it's
just different. It's
I would love just to spend 2 weeks at that farm, just like in the middle of nowhere, just doing
I would
nothing.
not like to do that.
Life needs to slow down a little bit.
But I do like the way of life, and I love the, just the simplicity of it. It's amazing.
The highlight was last night on the programme, and we'll need to be wrapping this up.
Yeah.
There was a sheep, and it had got a huge sore on its face.
There'd been
like a
really
big
bad
scab.
weather, and it had got really sore. And there was one
So
with a
she
sore
just
eye
walked
as
up
well.
to it. She walked
threw
up
it on
to
its
it
back.
and got I don't know if she had a rock
She
or something.
threw it
in
on
her
its
hand,
back.
and she just whacked this scab off the sheep's face. That was a
And then
brilliant.
what about the bit
Watch it and
she
see.
sprayed some blue spray
We're
in
getting
one's
lost
eye as
here.
well.
We're getting
sorry.
lost here. We're
Anyway.
losing viewers. People are not interested.
Follow me, yes, she has got 9 kids.
9
kids.
9 children. 9 children.
9 kids.
That's amazing. How you cope with 9 children? We have done well.
We
to
can't
look
cope
after
with the
2.
2 we've got, but that's another story.
Listen, on a serious note, if you're out there and you watch this and we can be of any help to you, maybe it's all been a bit too lonely at present, maybe there's stuff going on in your world that you just want somebody to speak to. Listen, it's not our job to be pastors just to say that. We actually do care. We're part of a church
We
community.
love people, and we would love to
That
help.
really want to be of a help to you. And if you're watching tonight and think nobody cares, nobody gives a hoot about me, listen, the reason why we're on here tonight and this whole team are here is so that we can connect with you, that you've watched it on playback, however you've watched it, but we're here to help you. And if that is you, please send either myself or Sarah, just send us a private message on Instagram, get in touch with us, and we'll see what we can do.
Absolutely.
What time is the shop open tomorrow?
So the pop-up shop, free school uniform pop-up shop opens at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning until 4 p.m.
So you don't need school
Spread the word.
uniform, neither do your kids, and that is the culture we need to be, because we say, well, we're all right. No, it's about texting somebody else. Let them know where it is. Let them know that there's help there for them to go and get.
And
brand
if you
new
want to
school
donate,
uniform.
there's lots of people that say, well, I've not got any kids, I don't need to get involved. But you can donate, either you can go and buy some school uniform and drop it off at the shop, or you can go onto our website, lifehousechurch.co.uk, click on the giving page and find the giving section that says LifePoint, and you can give into LifePoint, which is...
LifePoint is it's the department of the church that works under the church charity that works with socially disadvantaged people, helping just to bring a brighter future to people. It's
And
really
that's
simple.
exactly what we're doing in our pop-up shop. So if you want to donate, put your money in there and we will buy some school uniforms.
Good to see
especially
Ethan
for you,
and Abby Proctor. That's the right
Correct.
word. Abby Proctor, good to see you joining on here. Susie, many different people that have been on throughout.
But thank you for
this
joining us, and we will see you again really soon. Have a
Good
good
night,
evening.
and
It's a good night from him.
it's a good night from me. God bless.
Goodbye. If you know, you know. You have to turn it off now, babe.
I'll do it with that.